Somewhere in everyone's heart exists a place that calls you back. A place untouched by time where you've left a piece of yourself behind. For me, that place is the summit of Mt Maroon. It was the first mountain I ever climbed with my now wife, the beginning of a story that would shape so much of what came after. It stands as a rugged sentinel of volcanic rock, carved by time and weather into dramatic cliffs and sweeping ridgelines. From steep scrambles through open forest and heathland to exposed rock faces that test both endurance and nerve, at the top you're met with 360-degree views, often blanketed in a low morning mist or glowing gold at sunset. Mt Maroon carries a certain quiet solitude. It's less travelled, more intimate, a place where the bush hums softly and the wind carries echoes of stories from those who've stood there before. It's not just a climb. It's a return to something deeper, connection, reflection, and the simple awe of standing high above the world. Alright. It's been a hot minute since we did anything burnt shin. So, today we're climbing up Mt Maroon. We're gonna camp somewhere. There's a couple of remote bush camping sites up there that we've checked out. We're not gonna do the caves track today because it's midday. We're just gonna keep going straight up the summit route, watch the sunset, then go down, find camp, get back up for sunrise, and then probably do the caves track on the way back down. This is usually the killer. Is just walking up the fire trail at the start. Yeah, it's just like that constant up. I don't mind when it's steep. When it's like just like a little bit up, it annoys me. But 1 foot at a time, eh? So, I'm sorry if I seem a little out of breath here and there, but it is just a constant uphill for this one. It's really nice though. It's just like a lot of like open eucalypt forest. It's not rainforesty like you've seen in some other videos. You know, it's pretty dry, spindly grass, that kind of thing. It is snake season now, so we are kind of keeping our eyes out for any wriggly boys. The legs are all right. I had a 12-hour wedding yesterday, and I thought I wasn't going to pull up so much. I didn't get back home till well after 1 o'clock in the morning. But I feel good. I don't know how I'm going to feel by the time I get to the top. Hopefully the views will actually stop any thoughts of pain or anything like that. But at the moment we're just meandering along the track. The track's pretty well marked. We'll see you at the next bit. You do that. You've done that in like every video, I think. With the last light fading and a well-earned beer behind us, we began the hard descent toward a remote bush camp, guarding the remaining camera battery for the dawn climb, when the first light would paint the mountain anew. We got up just in time for sunrise, which was good, kind of first light. We've seen a little bit of the colour coming out through over the top of like Springbrook and Binnaburra and Mount Tamborine, I'm guessing, just straight towards the Gold Coast. And then all the cloud underneath was just like a blanket underneath, so you just see all these cool ridge tops. I flew the drone around, so I'm sure that that's in this video. Today we're going via the cave circuit back down to the car park. It's kind of that way along that big ridge line, and then you got to cut back behind the mountain to then cut down the face of it. It's a different way than what we come up. Obviously not as steep. Apparently there is still some steep sections, but it's just not all the way down. So yeah, I'll probably catch you back at the cave. But it's so nice up here. Like, I thought it was going to be cold, but it's beautiful. I've just kicked off the jacket and the jumper, and it's, I don't know, 6:15 in the morning or something. It's awesome. Bring on summer. Right, we are off track. We're not lost, but we're off track. We're trying to follow the all trails up, but we basically got to climb back up this mountain to then go across the ridgeline. All trails are telling us to stay right, but that doesn't make sense because that just leads us down the mountain, not back up to here. Anyway, if anybody's looking for us and somebody finds this footage, we're at Mt Maroon. We're trying to get up onto this ridge and follow it back out west so we can come back down the mountain to the cave, but there's just no path. This is all just pick your own adventure, which is kind of fun, but I just want to make sure I'm going the right way. All right, we found the ridgeline. So, like I said, we were up there this morning and we've come down this ridge, down into the saddle, and then kind of back up this ridgeline and just followed this. There is an all trail map, but there's just no path. Like, we've been crossing over the all trail navigation, but I mean, it gives you a rough idea, but don't read it as scripture. Like, this is kind of definitely just fine as like, okay, I need to go to that point and then I need to go to that point. So just kind of pick your own route and then make it there safely. And always check on your mates, because God knows where Dossy is. Dossy! Oh yeah, he's alive. That's good. Okay. Let's see how we go. Hey, brother.
My God.
My God. place isn't one of those places where you can follow pink tape. It's one of those, definitely try not to get lost. But how cool is the ground? Like, you got all this volcanic rock, and then in the, like, all the little bits where the water settles, you got all these really beautiful moss. It's near like little lakes and creeks of moss. It's so nice. It's definitely a pretty walk. Maybe we go off track more often. Okay, we are deep into it. Holy dooly. This is all guessing now. If we get out of these tree lines, I think, and go around them. Oh my lord. Alright, we have come to a clearing. We kind of got a bit lost in the bush. But from what I've read, you just follow the ridge line, because you have to eventually drop down under it to find the cave. So we've just come from way up there. Now I'm looking for a way down and around. Okay, now if anybody does plan on doing this route, make sure you have some sort of GPS. I can't imagine we'd be getting out of here without it. Everything, none of the tracks is defined, and you're kind of just following, you know, like a ridge line. And then even this part, like, because it's not so defined, everybody does their little cow tracks everywhere, and it makes it look like there's 100 different ways to go. And they all lead to kind of nowhere, except for this one. Hopefully it leads to the cave. But we're getting there. See, that's the kind of the track we're going down, and this one looks the most defined. So, and the GPS looks like it's on it. So I think this is the way to go.
From the summit of Mt Maroon, the western ridgeline rolls out into wild, untouched country, rugged, raw, and breathtaking. Every metre demands effort, but the reward is pure magic. The cave felt like a hidden gem waiting to be found, and making it back felt more like a victory.
We got lost. Shit. We're back on the path now. We managed to find the cave, but we went down a ridgeline instead of kind of over the top. All trails said to go left. We went left, and all of a sudden it just changed its GPS on the app. Pathetic. So we eventually got to the cave, but we've expelled so much energy, but we're nearly down. Dossy's coming. Sore, wobbly, jelly, hurting. Need water, I've run out. Oh, I feel like we're off the mountain now.
What I've learned from this mountain is just how small we are on this earth. Yet, by moving our bodies upward and outward to explore her, we find not just danger, but beauty. To feel one with the earth, to walk paths rarely taken and discover new experiences, reminds me of how much there is still to push for, to explore, and to learn from what this world has to offer.